Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well today. In this video, I'm going to be covering some profit-taking strategies that I'm likely to deploy, provided that we see this massive move up in the price of the Jewel token in the coming months. And on Thursday, December 2nd, a DAO member and myself are going to be hosting a call on DeFi Kingdoms, discussing the latest updates and also opening the floor to questions. If things go well, we're hoping to do this more routinely. To join the call, all you need to do is click on my Discord link in the description below and enter the voice call channel labeled Harmony Ecosystem on December 2nd at 1400 Pacific time. With the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Alright, let's get this video started. In my previous video, which I've linked in the description below, I told you guys that I'm simply just buying Jewel tokens and staking them in the bank, because when you stake Jewel tokens in the bank, you get a portion of the DEX fees. So you're essentially making some passive income as you stake your Jewel tokens. And there's no bonding requirement. You can withdraw them at any given time. And that's super appealing to somebody like me who enjoys that flexibility. And it allows me to put my assets to work. But at some point, I will be taking profits, whether it's an in-game economy or it's the broader economy in general. You're going to go through these expansionary and contractionary periods. And additionally, if you look at most of the LP positions, you have pairings with crypto assets. So if the broader crypto market takes a hit, I don't see a scenario in which a Jewel doesn't go down with the rest of the market. I mean, you may get decoupling for acute periods of time, but generally speaking, I think if the general crypto market corrects, so will Jewel. But in terms of taking profits, given that I think the game has a long-term potential, I'm thinking for now what I'll end up doing is taking profits into the various stable coins, not just one stable coin or a stable coin that I prefer, but a few of them, just to go ahead and hedge against potential adverse events that could happen to any one of these various stable coins. And then I'll also stick some of my Jewel alongside my stable coins into the various pools. This way, when the market does have a downturn, it's almost like my stable coin position will be dollar cost averaging into Jewel. And to sweeten the deal, I'll also be earning a pretty generous yield. Now, when the market does retrace, I suspect that many of these yields will go down. But for me, that's not a big concern, because ultimately these LPs are designed to be a long-term bet, and earning passive income on them is just a bonus. For now, I don't have any immediate intentions in LPing in any of these pools, because I think the broader crypto market still has a lot of upside left. But I'm sure many of you guys have noticed in the crypto market, when one coin pumps, it usually pumps for a while. So right now, because I think Luna, for example, is about to go on a massive run, I am contemplating whether I want to sell a portion of my Jewel and provide liquidity into this pool. This way, if Luna ends up outperforming Jewel by a big margin, it'll allow me to accumulate even more Jewel, and any APR that I earn on my LP position, I'll just lock that up long term. I have no intention of taking any of my LP rewards. And if I do end up pursuing this strategy, usually what I'll do is I'll post the move in my private channels first, and occasionally I'll go ahead and mention it in my public channels as well. Now, with all of this being said, I did want to provide additional insight on the heroes. I think if you're trying to make a leverage bet, the heroes are the way to go. If you look here, there's only 81 Gen 0 heroes. Unlike the subsequent generations, these aren't inflationary if there's a fixed supply of them. However, I did hear something from the previous AMA about how they're expanding into other chains and how those chains will have their own set of Gen 0s. But even with that additional supply, I suspect that long term the value of these heroes is going to continue to climb. But the problem with buying one of these heroes is that if you need to sell for liquidity purposes, you'll have to wait for someone to buy it. It's not like Jewel tokens that you can immediately sell in the secondary markets. Also, if you end up buying just one NFT, you can't sell a portion of it, right? With tokens, you can scale out in small increments, sell 10% at a time, but you can't do that with these NFTs. And the reason I wanted to highlight all of this is because I wanted you guys to make a more informed decision. If you follow what I'm doing, there's definitely benefits to that. But if you're looking to make a leverage bet on the ecosystem and maximize your return, my guess is that these Gen 0s are probably going to be your best bet. Now, with all these recent updates and feature additions, and the fact that they're going to be expanding into other chains, I think there's a good potential for more people, individual investors, to get lured into the game. And if that happens, I suspect that these floor prices are going to increase even more. And so currently I'm in conversations with somebody who's been playing the game for a while and is part of a DAO or a guild. So I may end up buying one of these Gen Zeros, but the vast majority of my Jewel tokens are going to be locked up in the bank. And like Jewel, you can also earn passive income on your heroes by renting them out. And the prospect of earning passive income on my NFTs really appeals to me. But I would be careful going this approach with, let's say, the subsequent generations unless you're very knowledgeable about the game. Because it's not like staking Jewel tokens where you're pretty much guaranteed to get passive income provided that the DEX has some volume in trading. Here, you're going to need a counterparty to rent out your hero. And also, if you end up taking this hybrid approach by buying Jewel and heroes, don't forget that by staking your Jewel tokens in the bank, you're actually being entered into a raffle to win land. And so if you end up selling your Jewel for, let's say, one of the Gen 0 heroes or the Gen 1 heroes, you'll end up decreasing the amount of raffle tickets you end up getting. Now, if you enjoyed the insights that I offered today, don't forget to join the Discord channel that I have. We are going to be hosting that talk next Tuesday at 1400 PST. I've been fortunate enough to draw a bunch of gigachads into the channel, so I'm very confident that you guys will end up gaining value from the conversation that we end up having. Now, in addition to all the alpha that you can get out of the free channels, I also have an exclusive membership area. And in one of those channels, I'll publish my moves in real time, about 80 to 90% of them. And we also have a really good experienced DeFi farmer who also publishes moves that he's making with his own portfolio. And to gain access to that channel, all you need to do is pay $20 a month. In addition to access to the Discord channel, I'll also give you a free subscription to the paid version of my newsletter. And in the newsletter, I'll give you industry news, market insights, OTC action. I'll also give you an update on my portfolio, tokens that I'm looking at, and a lot more throughout the week. And because of the strong demand, my higher tiers are mostly taken up. But if you end up signing up for $50 a month or more, you can even get one-on-one dialogue with me. Given that we're in the last impulse of the bull market where you make most of your gains, having one-on-one dialogue with me will get you guys up to date fairly quickly, and we can pretty much talk about anything you want. I have a lot of experience with DeFi, NFTs, and within the last couple months, I've been getting into the various metaverses. So if you're interested in expediting your learning, make sure you guys check out one of these higher level packages. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is CryptoOneStop signing out. I'll talk to you folks next time. Bye.